Today, I'm going to talk about 5 simple tips that can help you transform your Pinterest to make it more effective. This is Pinterest for business. Number 1, pin on a consistent basis. This is really, really important. Just like the algorithm for any social media sites, Pinterest wants you to be consistent. So a good average that they love to have you pin on a daily basis is between 5 to 30 a day. So if you're just starting out on Pinterest, you don't have to do 30. You could be consistent and pin one thing every single day to one of your social media sites. Just doing that little simple step will help you to be able to have a more effective Pinterest profile and have that Pinterest algorithm love you. Since I pin 30 times a day, I use Tailwind, and in the link below, I'll give you a free trial if you'd like to try out Tailwind for yourself. And I load all kinds of content in there, and then it just drips that content out onto Pinterest. And I don't have to worry about being consistent because Tailwind is consistent for me. The second tip is to create quality content. So what's content? Well, content is anything that you create for your ideal customer. So that could be YouTube, podcast, Instagram, blog, anything that you create for your ideal client, that's considered content. And in order to figure out if the content that you're creating is quality, because I do get that question, here are some things to think about. Does it teach people something? Does it inspire them? Does it motivate them? Is it interesting? And is it easy to read or listen or watch? My third tip is to create templates so you can create multiple pins for the same content. I've always advised my clients to create multiple pins to go to the content because not everyone's going to click on the one pin that you create. So if you create a multitude of pins, different images, different colors, different texts or call to actions, you will have different people loving different pins. So if you create multiple pins for one simple blog post or one YouTube video, you are more inclined to get traffic driven there because those different pins will attract different people. And especially because you take the time to create that content, you want to make sure that you're putting it out there as much as possible. One way I help myself to do that is I have a habit. Anytime I create a blog post, as an example, part of creating a blog post, I'm not done with that blog post until I have created the pins for that blog post. Tip number 4, don't forget the details. The biggest mistake I see people make with Pinterest is they don't fill out all of the details that matter. They either forget to pick the category for the boards, or they try to name their board something ironic or funny or cute instead of describing what people will find when they click on that board, or they'll leave the description or the title blank. When it comes to Pinterest, keywords are exactly the same as search engine optimization or SEO. So when I think about keywords that I want to put on my pin or my board or anywhere, I think, what are people going to type in that little description bar in a browser to find information? Make sure that that's the information that you name your board or that you put in the description of your pin. Here's a quick checklist to ensure that you do the minimum. Choose a category for your board and Pinterest profile. If you can't find one that fits, just choose other. Name all of your pins, your images, and your boards. Name them what people will find when they click on that pin. And add your website or a lead magnet in the description of your Pinterest profile so that they know that they can get something free. And the final tip, number 5, is to claim your website. That is something that so many people don't do, but it is really, really helpful. Make sure that you claim your sites such as Instagram, YouTube, and Etsy. And that way, when people click on your content, you'll be able to see that in the insights or analytics that Pinterest has. This tells the Pinterest algorithm that what you have is valuable. I have a free download to download all of these tips and all of the details that I described here. All you have to do is click the link below. I also have a free 3-day challenge for Pinterest. It's absolutely free. It's online and you can watch the videos and get some really valuable information.